Hello again. In this video I'm going to show you a new knife that I've purchased from Habilis Bush Tools. So here's the knife. It's called the Habilis Bush Tool. I had to order it from Habilis Bush Tools over in America because I couldn't find anywhere in the UK that supplies this knife. I ordered it in the Kydex sheath, but it's also available in a leather sheath if you prefer that. So here's the knife itself. I don't have all the exact dimensions, but it's about 10 inches long with a blade of about 5 inches. The handles are made of G10. The blade thickness is 3/16 of an inch thick. It's got a very unique shape, but I'll talk to you about that a little bit later on in the video. The blade is made of 1095 high carbon steel, and it's got a blued coating, so it will need a little bit of looking after. So all I'm going to do is give it a bit of an oiling after each use. The sheath I've ordered is made of Kydex. It's got the rivets round just one side only, so it's a fold over design. I don't particularly like the dangler in the normal straight down position because it rides a little bit too high on my waist here. So what I've done is I've altered it. The hole's already in for this angle, and I wear it on the opposite side, but I'll show you that in a moment or two. I ordered the additional fire steel, which is made by Exotac. It's got a little tinder pouch inside. And it fits nicely into the sheath, like so. All these are a couple of Ranger bands that I've added so I can place a small neck knife. And I'll show you that setup later on in the video. So here's how the sheath rides on the belt. So obviously it's on the opposite side for a right-hander. I find that much easier, much more comfortable than trying to reach up here like so. I would like to see the Kydex sheath have a few more options though, so you could possibly wear it on a scout style or maybe around your back. But this only appears to have two options, either on your left hand side on an angle or straight up and down. So now I'll talk a little bit about the knife design. It's got a curved blade, which I like. Makes it ideal for a bit of food prep. It has an anvil here, which has been designed into the blade, so when you're battening through wood, it brings you at the same sort of level as the handle, so it makes for straighter battening. Also has a little cutout notch here, which has been designed into the blade for when you're using a ferrocerium rod. The point of the blade is perfectly in line with the centre line of the handle, which is perfect for when you want to drill a hole for maybe a bow drill. The handle also has a bow drill divot already built into it, so if bow drill's your kind of thing, it's perfect for that. The blade has a Pseudo Scandi grind, which basically means it's got a Scandinavian grind along here, and then there's a small secondary bevel along the edge. I'm not sure if you can see that. The secondary bevel is 30 degrees, which makes it a very durable blade. The handle also has a pommel on the end, which has got a 90-degree edge, so you could possibly scoop out a spoon with that if you needed to, or if you needed to break nuts. It's perfect for that kind of thing. There are two holes here, so if you wanted to lash the knife to a piece of wood, you could use it as a spear, or possibly even a scythe for cutting down rushes or reeds, that kind of thing. The handle thickness is not mega thick, but I've only got medium hands. It's really comfortable for me, so I'm really happy with it overall. The knife is really well balanced and has a good weight for if you're wanting to use it as a chopper. I'll show you the finish a little bit closer. I don't know if you can see that blued finish. Obviously it's a full tang knife. The scales are gorgeous. And it has the Habilis and Pathfinder logo etched into the blade. Now let's put the knife through its paces a little bit. Just going through that pretty easily, but that's not very thick stuff, but it's going straight through it. This is about 3/4 of an inch. Three hits and it's through. Again, that's about 5/8 of an inch. One chop and it's straight through. Two chops. It seems to chop pretty well. Let's see how it does with some of the finer stuff. I'm not great at feather sticks, but we'll have a go, see if we can make some curls with this. You can get some fine curls with it, however I don't think it's ever going to be as good as a full Scandi grind for making feather sticks, but I'm happy with that. The knife also has a sharp 90-degree spine, so it should be pretty good at scraping bark, so we'll see how it does with that. Seems to have done a pretty good job of that, doesn't it? Let's see how the fire rod performs now, shall we? I'll shave a little bit of fat wood. Seems to shave that quite nicely. Don't need too much. I'll use those shaved pieces of wood here once I get the flame. So the ferro rod's got a coating on it, so I'll have to take that off first. If I'm honest, I don't like that. I prefer normally to just use the spine of my blade. It doesn't really like it with that ferro rod. Now I'm not sure if it's the ferro rod that I don't like or if it's the knife. So I've got out my fire rod. That seems to give a better spark. Try this way, my usual way. There we go. We're going now. Light my fire, and the XO tack, I think it is. I like my fire wins, so I'll stick with this one. I light my fire, it gives much bigger sparks. It's pretty, but I don't like that ferro rod. So I think I'll be sticking with light my fire steel and just using the spine of the knife. It's much better, to be honest. So here's a feather stick that we carved with the bush tool. It's going quite nicely. Nice fine feathers. Very happy with the blade. Let's see how the blade does at battening wood. I've got a piece of dead sycamore here. It's around 3 inches in diameter. It's quite a hard wood, so hopefully it'll be a good test for the blade. Oops. Striking on the anvil. It's gone straight through that, no problem at all. That split's lovely. Well, impressed with that. Let's do some cross chopping while we're here. Managed that really well. Let's just see how the tip works, see if it's any good. I think that would be good for making a bow drill divot in the hearth plate. It's perfectly in line with the centre of the knife, so yeah, it's good. See if I can make a feather stick this way. Yep, no problem at all. So one small modification that I've made, I put a couple of ranger bands on here, and I have this small neck knife that I've been using for quite a while now. I love this. All I'm doing is attaching this to the outside of my sheath using the ranger bands, and I have a dual knife piggyback combination, so if I need a smaller knife for some really fine work, it's there built into the system. So this is my new Habilis Bush Tool. First impressions are, I really love the knife. Feels great in the hand, does everything that I want it to do, and I'm convinced that it'll last a lifetime. I like the sheath. However, it's only in this position. I would prefer it if it had a few more options so I could wear it scout style. The optional fire rod, to be honest, I don't recommend it. I didn't find that the sparks were very good at all. I think I'll be sticking to my fire steel until I can get something else that throws a better spark that fits in the same size holster. Overall, really pleased with it. It's not a review yet because I've not had it long enough to really put it through its paces, but everything that I've asked of it so far, I'm really pleased with. One other thing I'd like to mention is when I ordered the knife, I spoke to Steve, the guy who runs Habilis Bush Tools. He's been really helpful, answered all my questions, and the service that he's given has been spot on. So I recommend you check him out if you're interested in this kind of design knife. You can't get them in the UK, so it's quite unique. I'll put a link to the Habilis website in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.